Hi guys. Um okay, so this is the what's in my Audible library. I've got a lot of these on my phone, so I won't be telling you all of the narrators. But I will be giving you the titles. This is not sponsored by Audible. I just really like the books. And I'm really interested in getting more series, and I can. This book is one of my favorites. It's called The Art of Language Invention. Sorry, I read that wrong. And it's by the creator who brought us Dothraki and High Valerian, David J. Peterson, and he also narrates it. That's a really good book, but it's so confusing because I don't understand a lot of the book, but I basically bought it because I wanted to understand the process of creating something like that. And it's kind of confusing, but I understood bits and pieces of it. But it is a good book. I would recommend it, especially if you or someone you know is a massive Game of Thrones fan. Anyway, Dracula, Bram Stokes, and this is narrated by David Suchet, and Tom Hiddleston. Basically, David Suchet, he was in a detective series. If you're in the UK, you'll know it's either I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember the series he was in. But just type in David Suchet and you'll be able to find him. It's Suchet. And Tom Hiddleston is also in this. I got this book because I thought, wow, haven't really heard him as a narrator on Audible, so I thought he's really good. I'm not gonna tell you who he's voicing. But anyway, Elementals, the complete series, by Michelle Maddow and narrated by Caitlin Kelly, and Gentleman Jack, based on the TV series and the actual diaries of Anne Lister, and there's multiple authors here. If you just type in Gentleman Jack, you'll see the narrators' names, but I cannot pronounce one of them. But I've listened to it and finished it, and have finished it actually. And I love this story. I watched this series on BBC One, so I roughly know how it ends, but it's still good. And Stolen Boys by Joy Ellis, narrated by Richard Armitage, which I really like him as an actor anyway, so I think, yeah, he's got a good voice. He scares me in a lot of the series. I'm like jumping up most of the time listening to it. And the Gospel of Loki. Again, I can't pronounce the man's last name, but it's written by Joanne M. Harris. And I've got the sequel, The Testament of Loki. And it's very interesting how it's worded and how it's written as well. I'm not telling you what. Again, cannot stress this enough, not sponsored. And the Rachel K. Morganville vampire series, I've not read all of them yet. The Forsaken Saga. Oh, sorry. The girl who narrates the Morganville vampire series is Catherine Fenton. And the Forsaken Saga is written by Sophia Sharp and E.M. Knight. Don't know who that is, but sounds an interesting name. And narrated by Pamela Lawrence. And obviously the Vampire Diaries by L.J. Smith, because I really like the series on Netflix. I got up to season 4, but then I switched back to season 1 because I thought too much information at the moment. So, and I kind of like the beginning, how they played the parts. And obviously, big series for everyone in this moment is The Handmaid's Tale and Testaments. Testaments is written by Margaret Atwood, and is a few of the actors from the TV series. Elizabeth Moss is in The Handmaid's Tale. Bradley Whitford, Amy Landecker, I think. I could be wrong. I apologise if I am. And Anne Dowd, who is Aunt Lydia. So basically the two actors I can put a face to in this is Anne Dowd and Lydia, and Offred herself, Elizabeth Moss. And Testaments is narrated by Margaret Atwood, Anne Dowd, Bryce Dallas Howard, hang on. And I won't spoil Testaments for you. It's a really harrowing book, but it is gripping. But there's a few of the names, and The Monstrous Child, written by Fran Francesca, I think Francesca Simone, I could be reading it wrong, and narrated by Eleanor Tomlinson, who was Demelza in Poldark. I got this when I heard her name was in it, and oh my goodness, she is amazing. She is very witty in this. I will give you who she plays. She narrates, whatever you want to say. She narrates the character called Hela, who, if you know anything about the Marvel series or the Norse history, Hela is Loki's daughter. And she is hilarious. I've got like a dark sense of humour, and I find her really quite sarcastic and funny. Now, I haven't read this book, Rune Makers, by Jo Ann M. Harris, and the narrator is Rosie Jones. She's a new name for me to listen to, but I haven't yet. And obviously Neil Gaiman, Norse mythology, and he's written it and he narrates it. Good Omens, again Neil Gaiman, but it's narrated by Martin Jarvis. I hope I pronounced that last name right. If I didn't, I am really sorry. Quidditch Through the Ages, History of Magic, Fantastic Beasts, written by J.K. Rowling. A History of Magic is narrated by Natalie Dormer, who was Queen Marjorie in Game of Thrones. I could be wrong about that. I haven't watched that in ages. Andrew Lincoln, I think he's in The Walking Dead. I am not too sure. I've lost track of half these shows. But he does Quidditch Through the Ages. If I get any facts wrong, please be nice about it, because I've been so lost with half of Game of Thrones since the first couple of series, and The Walking Dead as well. But Fantastic Beasts is narrated by Eddie Redmayne, who was Marius in Les Miserables and who is Newt Scamander in the film series. Twilight, Stephanie Meyer, read by Ileana Kadushin, and the Twilight 10th Anniversary Life and Death Dual Edition. Again, I'm not going to read all of the names of the narrators because I don't want to get into trouble from YouTube. The Lost Daughters, who is the first book in this series by Joy Ellis, and narrated by Richard Armitage. I think there's like 4 books in these series. And then there were none. Agatha Christie, narrated by Dan Stevens, who was the Beast in the remake of Beauty and the Beast. Hamilton, The Revolution, by Lin-Manuel Miranda and narrated by Lin-Manuel Miranda. There are other names in this, but I'm trying to keep it informative but short. I'm failing. Hamilton, Prince of Denmark, narrated by Richard Armitage again, written by David Hewson, I think, and there's another name, A.J. Hartley. The Monster Collection, which is all of the 3 stories, Dracula, Frankenstein, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I've only read Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Frankenstein yet, because these are the ones I can sort of understand and follow slightly better. But the wording the Victorians use does confuse me. And I do have the Robin Hood Robin Hood audiobooks as well. And they all done by Richard Armitage. And he is very funny in the Robin Hood series. So these are my books. I would highly recommend at least checking them out. But I am not sponsored by Audible or anything else. I just like these type of books. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys have been listening to on Audible. Again, YouTube, please don't get angry at me. I am just giving my opinion on YouTube, and I am just genuinely a fan of these actors / narrators. So yeah, let me know any books you think I would like, and if I do reply to you, I will say thanks but no thanks. I am not interested in that book. Then please do not be offended. I will make it I will say it in a nice way. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. More videos to come randomly, to write or not to write. But for now, I must bid you good night and thank you for watching. Bye.